In this video, let's take a look at the DialogContour module. Now, this is a module that allows you to adjust the intonation and inflection of your vocal recordings. So it helps you to change the delivery of the voice. Maybe if you're doing a long voiceover, there may be little sections of the audio where the speaker has done an inflection on the voice where they've maybe pitched up the phrase instead of where it needs to pitch down. I've just done a rough example here where I've recorded my voice, and at the end here, the sentence ends, but I've left it hanging with the pitch going up, so it sounds like the sentence is still going to continue, where the pitch actually needs to come down. And this is how you can use the DialogContour module to have your sentence unfinished. So there, where it goes unfinished, it feels like it needs to rather go unfinished. So let's see how we can do that with this DialogContour. I'm going to make a selection, and then it adds that selection into this view over here with the waveform, and then below with the spectrogram. So I can see exactly where I need to change it. And then you've got this pitch line. And when you move along, it gives you readouts of the time. And if you click and make a node point and then pull down that node, it shows you how much you're pulling it down by. So I've pulled that down by about 2 semitones. So I want to make a pitch drop on this audio. So I'm going to create some node points and move them around. I can also smooth the curve to make it a bit more natural. Maybe if I've got some very heavy points like that, I can just smooth it out so it feels more natural. I'm just going to drag that back down again, smooth the curve, and then you can also do some formant scaling. So if the pitch down sounds a bit unnatural, you can shift the formant so it suits the recording. And then there's also a pitch offset. So it's acting pretty much like some automation that you draw in your DAW. But instead, it's editing the pitch of the audio, and it's using the algorithm to make it sound as natural as possible. I'm now going to preview that contour module to have your sentence unfinished, and we can drag that a bit more down so it's a bit more drastic. Contour module to have your sentence unfinished. Shift the formant scaling. Contour module to have your sentence unfinished. That's a bit much. I'm going to jump it all the way to the other side so you can hear how going higher is probably unnatural as well. Contour module to have your sentence unfinished. So somewhere on the right hand side where it's shifting the formant to a low register, but not as much. Contour module to have your sentence unfinished. And then I can also offset the pitch. Contour module to have your sentence unfinished. That's sounding pretty good. So I'm going to compare that. I'll make a setting. This is the original audio. To have your sentence unfinished. And then with this, to have your sentence unfinished. To have your sentence unfinished. Listening again, it sounds like that formant shifting is maybe a bit too much, and I don't need that pitch offset. I think that's all going to work pretty well. And I can render the changes so that you hear this. To have your sentence unfinished. Where before it was this. To have your sentence unfinished. So a very handy tool to use on your dialogue, especially if you need to fix some inflections and intonation on the audio. It's very quick and easy to use, and sometimes you might not have access to go to the artist and get them to redo a part. Then you can use a tool like this to shape that dialogue to suit how it needs to be delivered. Catch you in the next video.